Disclaimer, I'm not a mechanic. We're just individuals who enjoy doing things ourselves. We enjoy the result of succeeding by doing something ourselves. We're learning as we go. We're going to attempt to change the oil on this 2018 Ford F-150 5-liter V8 regular cab short box 4-wheel drive. First, let's get the hood open on the F-150. Probably get away with not jacking her up. I can never open this thing. Okay, there it is. So once you unlock it, it's on your right side, the latch, right there. See that? There you go. That unhooks everything. There you go. And what I like the RF-150, you don't have to prop it up with a stand or anything. We're gonna loosen up the oil filler cap right here. There you go. It releases the pressure when you unfasten the drain plug, which I believe you don't need a tool for. Let's get down here. I forgot to show you the parking brake, how to actuate the parking brake on this truck. So it's right here to your left. And you just pull it to activate it and you'll hear it engage. So to release it, you have to press down on the brake and then press and hold the parking button again. You press the brake, press and hold, and it'll release. Hopefully, you can get a good shot of it. I'm gonna lay down some cardboard. Thankfully, we have the good fortune of having some leftover cardboard when we bought a dishwasher and a refrigerator for my in-laws. I think this was for the dishwasher. So this is helpful and it's huge. So any extra oil that spills, it'll just go in the cardboard. Okay, I'm gonna measure the height of the ground to the bottom of the truck. About 15.5 inches of clearance for this truck in particular. I mean, the bigger wheels gives it a little bit more height from stock. 15.5 inches. So before you go under your truck, make sure you put on some safety glasses. Because stuff's gonna come flying down in your eyes, and it's not fun. Let's grab our drain pan. Let's put our oil pan here. Here, come here, guys. So just careful. I drove the truck around to get it up for about 5-10 minutes to get it up to operating temperature. Be careful, some parts might be hot. Such as like this, the catalytic converter. I just touched it, it's hot. But here's the drain plug. And there she goes. That cardboard's probably 4 feet by 6 feet, and it still made a mess. It's because when the oil drains, there's the front sway bar is in the path of the oil stream when it drains. So now we can try and take off the oil filter. And slightly to the right, center. There it is. Oil filter. Probably need more cardboard because the oil's going to come out of that. So these are the tools I use to unscrew the oil filter. You could use that to remove and install the oil filter. This one is just strictly for removing, because if you try to use this clamps down on the oil filter itself. It's only for removing, and this you could use for removing and installing. I'll just use that drain pan. That should catch whatever oil. Let's take out the oil filter. Oh, look at that. I got lucky. Oil comes right here. Maybe let go. Maybe take off the oil filter. according to cheapest to the most expensive. I think the K&N filters were probably the most expensive. Not sure how much the Motorcrafts are. So the mobile one was like kind of in between. I think the cheapest was like $10, $12. The mobile one was on sale. It was $18.99, I believe, at Canadian Tire. C80. First, I'll give it a wipe down wherever there's oil. And I can access where the oil filter goes. Give that a wipe down. Oh, here it is. So we'll let that drain. Get it prepped for new oil. We gotta put everything back before we can put in new oil. This is kind of cool. I've never seen this actually. The drain plug, no tool needed. So there's been a metal bolt and a washer. Won't go anymore. I think it was just one full turn and then it clicked into where it needed to be. Well, it's actually convenient. I'm not sure how often you have to change that. Hopefully not too often. So, oil in the gasket. Threads. Some even fill oil filter itself with oil. You can do that as well. Okay, now let's put this on the trip. I just used here's the mobile one oil filter I used. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the oil filter. As soon as the gasket hits where it needs to sit, I'll turn it. I'll do a 3/4 turn. Let's go to it. It's kind of hard to get into. It's hard to get to. You can still manage. Give it a wipe down because there's oil all over it. These gloves get a good grip. All right, I got to do it. These gloves really helped. Show you what I did. So I put a piece of tape here when I found that the oil filter finally sat on where it's supposed to sit. So when I tightened it to that spot, put a piece of tape like right here, and then did the 3/4 turn. So I'm just gonna take the piece of tape off. It's ready for some oil now. This 5W20, I have the Pennzoil because it was on sale. Make sure your viscosity is 5W20, and here's the oil filter that I used. Both these products were kind of in between the least expensive and the most expensive. It requires 8.8 quarts. This is a 5-liter jug, which is 5.2 quarts. I'm gonna use this whole bottle and 3/4 of the other one. All right, here we go. So here's where you fill your oil. It was already pre-opened because I had to reduce the pressure when we drain the oil. Let's put some oil in there. We're gonna need a bigger funnel. This one's better, bigger. So, try not to get any on this battery. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'll put that there. (2018) Ford F-150 5-liter V8. Its oil capacity is 8.8 quarts, which is 8.3 liters. Dipstick is all the way over here. happening here? Confirm the dipstick where we last looked. So we'll give her a clean wipe down, and hopefully our oil level is somewhere in between these two holes. I don't know if you can see that. That's where you want the oil to be. So stick it back in there. Let's get it up to temp. Listen to that engine. That is a big engine. There it is. Right where that yellow eye is. Oil dipstick, oil filler cap. It's right here. Dipstick, filler cap. Let the oil settle for a bit. Then we'll check it. Let it run for 5 minutes. Now I let it sit for 5 minutes. Let the oil settle. And while I was doing that, I retorqued the pilot's lug nuts to make sure I got them all. Might as well while I'm waiting. You never know, you might forget. I'm using a stool, by the way, to access this. Hard to tell. By the looks of it, it's like just over a third over the first hole there. So you got in between these two holes, and it's right about there. It's hard to tell because when you lift the dipstick out, it rubs up against the side. We'll try it again. So yeah, she's about right there. Yeah. She's about right there. The tip of my thumb is. She's good, but I'm gonna add that last 325 milliliters. 8.8 quarts is 8.325 liters, I believe. Let me confirm that on my wonderful pocket computer. So 8.8 US liquid quarts is 8.328 milliliters. So roughly 328. They're right there. 8.8 US liquid quarts equals 328 liters. These jugs are usually 5 liters, right? That's 5.2 quarts. There's a liter and a half left. Maybe almost 1 3/4 liters left over between the two jugs. 1 3/4. Okay, so the oil filler cap's back on. The dipstick is on. Everything's seated properly. I can close this. Move our handy step ladder. Still got some oil drip from where the oil splashed onto the frame or the sway bar. The oil stream hits the sway bar when it drains. When you unscrew the oil filter, it splashes onto the frame. So it's good to put a big piece of cardboard like I did. Keep your driveway or your garage as clean as possible. I'll just go around the block. I forgot, if you want to release the parking brake, you push the button in and hold it down. And we'll reset our oil light meter. Reset it to 100%. Let's go under the truck and wipe down any oil that's gotten on the frame or any part of the truck. Okay, let's go. So yeah, we get oil here, all along here. I'm not sure what part this is of the truck. Give it a wipe down. There's the drain plug right here. Give that a quick wipe down. And apparently this is plastic. Found plastic. Well, we didn't make too bad of a mess. Okay, let's open the hood. So our hood, this is how we unlatch the hood, or unlock the hood. Let's just pull, you just pull this towards you, and the hood pops up. And there's a latch that you pull to the left. And these are gas struts, so you don't have to prop up the hood. Now, I'll show you where the dipstick is relative to where everything else is. There's the dipstick right here. And the oil filler cap is right there. There's your oil filler cap. There it is. The dipstick. It's kind of hard to get into. Real quick, check the oil level. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right about there. That's it. So here's the used oil. So I had one empty jug, filled that with used oil, and I had to grab something else, an empty bottle. And I'll be bringing these to our local dump. And I'll bring other stuff like this stuff here that we don't use anymore. It'll probably come out to $5. Here's our drain pan. Convenient, it has the nozzle there, so to pour out the old oil. I'll wipe that down after. Okay, let's reset the oil life. So settings, then advanced settings, vehicle, oil life reset. Then you hold down the center button on the left side of your steering wheel. And there you go, 100% oil life. So that's it, folks. We just changed the oil to our 2018 F-150 5-liter V8 regular cab short box 4x4. This truck's awesome. And it's pretty badass too. Cool truck. We're a Honda family, and you might ask, why didn't you just buy a Honda truck? Well, I wanted a full-size truck, and Honda doesn't make a full-size truck. They make a mid-size pickup truck, which is the Ridgeline, and it's basically what we have in the Pilot. It just has a bed. Cool bed. So I wanted something a little bigger. Eventually I'd like to get a crew cab, but if not, this is fine. For what we do, you know, this is enough. But sometimes you get in a jam where you have more than 3 people, because this can only hold 3 people. It'd be nice to have that crew cab. Getting a crew cab pickup truck, you'll have the best of everything. The wheelbase will be longer, obviously. So yeah, fairly easy thing to do. Fairly do-it-yourself job. Now, if I can do it, you can do it. It just takes patience. I mean, you got to get all the material. Sometimes if you order it from Amazon, you have to wait. You have to wait till it's good weather. Then when you finally have all the parts that you need, then you need the time to do it. You need to set aside some time to do it. When you finally get to do it, you know, it can be time consuming. It's like, you know, for example, you have to wait till all the oil drains. You have to clean all the mess from the oil. You have to recycle the oil. It's messy, but you know, you save some money. For the most part, what are you going to be doing? Watching Netflix, right? Netflix is always going to be there. You might as well save some money before you watch some Netflix. And we'll check the dipstick after. And other things, like the drain plug and the oil filter. See if anything's leaking. We'll let the oil settle.